never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to throw me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
For the case, run upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sip of my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Y'all said y'all wanted it, right? Y'all said y'all wanted it, right? Diary of a Mad Black Man Part 2 just started. So before we get into shouting out everybody that's chatted, that's typed in the chat so far, can anybody let me know that y'all hear me crystal clear by giving me the dice cube? We got 4 people in the building. I know they about to pull up. Shout out to Sheep Stay Sleep. Appreciate you, Dog Soldier, for letting me know that y'all hear me crystal clear. Shout out to Miss Annette. She's in the building from Harlem. You dig? Thank you. Appreciate you, y'all. Thank you, Open Minded. First, we got Open Minded in the building. He said, I'm here for part 2, baby. We got Dog Soldier in the building. Y'all already know. That's 3 parts of the trifecta. Myself, Team Guardian, Dog Soldier, the Continental, and shout out to Hank McCoy, man. Shout out to motherfucking Hank McCoy, man. The content sector. See, all 3 of them, this is how we form Voltron. This is how we form Voltron. We got Mr. Net up in the building. Like she said, Diddy ain't never did nothing for Harlem except put a school up there. You dig what I'm saying? She said, I'm listening to Dice while I'm cooking dinner while listening to Dice cook. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, y'all. This one right here is part 2. I got that Pac-Man hat on for this one. Some have figured out what it means. For those who don't, I can dig it. Oh my God. Shout out to the sister L'Oreal Drayton in the building. She's one of the visionaries over there with Sheep Stay Sleep. Shout out to my brother. He popping up. I was going to do it at 8 o'clock because I checked this great live earlier, but I decided to do it at the guard hour. Appreciate you, Miss L'Oreal, for coming through and always being hostess with so much respect in the chat when y'all over there holding it down in the chizat, like DS1 said. Holding it down in the chizat. He said to all his lovely lady mods that be holding it down in the chizat. He got a team over there, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, my favorite YouTuber is DS1 Ross, the boss, a.k.a. Sheep Stay Sleep. If y'all not subscribed to him, you got to be insane. Grown folks conversation. You ain't going to hear none of that suck my dick or fuck your mother or duh. You ain't going to hear none of that shit over there. We got Chief Redhead in the building. Chief Redhead Brown Eyes. He said Elizabeth, New Jersey's in the building. Salute, guys. Oh, man, L'Oreal. Woo! You ain't watched part 1. You better get over there, girl, because part 1 is the beginning. Open Minded said today's gem from Open Minded, you can buy a watch, but you can't buy time. Yo, dude there is dangerous, y'all. See, I don't know. I follow the content. I follow the meaning and I follow the purpose. If y'all ain't subscribed, he got his link. He can put it in there. Go over to Open Minded because he dropped something on his community board today. Your vibes. That's why I just put it up. He said your vibes attract your tribe. Huh? He said your vibe, the way that you carry yourself, your persona, your morals, your integrity, your discipline, your principles will determine who comes in your circle. Straight facts. My grandfather always told me, show me your company. And that's the easiest way to tell me who you are. So if you're running around with a bunch of low-down dudes, 9 out of 10 times you're a low-down dude. If you're running around with a bunch of promiscuous-ass women, 9 out of 10 times you're running around with a promiscuous-ass woman. Thank you, Chief. He said, anyone, remember this, y'all, anyone who wants to be a member, click join to scroll through the options and select what membership you want. I appreciate you, Chief, for that. I appreciate you for that. I ended part 1 with these words right here. These words right here I ended in part 1. I said, because if you don't pay attention, you will end up with a man just like me. Some may say that was confusing. People's like, what you talking about, guys? She said, not true, Dice. I hung with the strippers and I chose the block. Yeah, because you know it's always going to be one with some sense. Think about it, Miss Annette. You was the 1 or 2 with some sense because, I'm about to get into this work. I don't even think y'all really ready for this work. I'm telling you, I don't even think y'all really ready for this work. But I'm going to give it to y'all. And shout out to my man, Jaffe, man. We're going to start it out with some new Jaffe, y'all. Let's go. Yeah, you too. Let's go. Yeah, YouTube.
I get mine, don't come around me with no fake shit. Come on, I got mine, you know I keep it where my waist is. Take a truck so year round, I keep it basic. Yeah, nigga, what's up? If it's a problem, say something, nigga. 10 paces, draw quicker. Bullets burn them, they won't hit them. These ain't mocks and ceilings. I spin your block and let it knock and watch it pop your ceiling. I save it up for a rainy day. They was up in 2020, now these niggas broke the day. Yeah, I see my friends turn to enemies. I see some enemies turn to friends. Go ahead and play it, wish you would try. They be rapping the life that they don't live by. All that beefing got them turned to a ribeye. No matter where I'm at, I walk by with my head high. How you expect to be on point when you stay high? How you out here selling drugs to support a habit? I'm out here selling drugs to get up out the projects. That's who for thought, and if it's you, it might be hard to digest. Only see me inside this room, better respect my process. Yeah, I'm only getting better, gotta check my progress. I'm in some shit with horsepower and a switch in it. If it's a tango, go Django and start to whip niggas. Yeah, You not a threat, I think you that sweet. I roll the window down, start squeezing from the back seat. Yeah, if it's about money, then nigga talk rich. You niggas language be foreign, you niggas talk leech. I get mine, don't come around me with no fake shit. I got mine, you know I keep it where my waist is.
Smash that like button, y'all.
So get round, I keep it basic.
Let's share this live.
What's up? If it's a problem, say something, nigga. 10 paces of spin, let's see who draw quick. With these dum-dums ready to knock sense out you silly niggas. I got a bed in the kufi like I'm from Philly, nigga. Yeah, dark brown on the Cardis, my Timberlands never tired. I've been a problem since a shorty. Yeah, you know it's New York, before I reach for the butter knife, get busy with a fork. The cold word for let a bird go. You niggas don't want to work, your whole team is on the furlough. Right? It wasn't good, so they bought it back. And you wonder why you short staffed. Bagging dope was the only time I wore COVID masks. Cooking the pot cause it's basic, usually a shattered glass. I'm talking greasy, that's out the gate. It's sleazy, you play it safe. A measly $500 to get you shot today. I mean, what's the combination? Pussy crack the safe. Like, one more move and I might just crack your face. For real. Tower block, 7-0, we going with this time. One more. Come around my way. Nothing to play with. Come around my way. You better stay with it. Come around my way. Nothing to play with. Come around my way. Take a shot, so get round, I keep it basic.
Shout out to Jaffe and General DZ out there in Queens. If y'all ain't go get them albums, the golden era is out. The golden era is out. And Tiger Stripes is out. One of the most underrated rappers in the game today. Shout out to Way to Black. He's another one. Matter of fact, I got something special planned, man. I got something special planned with Wader and Jaffe's. I might do it this week. I might do it next week. But I got something special planned for y'all. But this right here is the Diary of a Mad Black Man Part 2. The reason why I named this 3-part series The Diary of a Mad Black Man is because you know they always say black men, we're angry. They say we're angry, we're aggressive, we can be ignorant. We also can be very intelligent. We're also scholars. We're also great fathers. We're also great friends. I ended it with a man like me, ending up with a man like me. Because this right here is called The Allure of the Game. The Allure of the Game. If you pay attention in part 1, I told you about the situation where a grown man pulled a gun on me, a kid, 12, 13 years old, for a jacket. It was so confusing, I didn't understand what was going on. I understood that I was getting robbed, but I didn't understand why I was getting robbed. Because I was very naive. I'm talking about Damon McLeod. I'm not talking about Dice, because Dice wasn't there yet. See, Dice was born, like I said, when the allure for the game started interesting me. As far as jumping out in the street and running towards drugs, I wanted to do it. I didn't have the know-how to do it. I didn't have the financial backing to do it because, like I said, my uncle was one of the largest heroin dealers on Utica Avenue. Anybody know Ice Water, they know what I'm talking about. Anybody know my uncle, Ice Water, they already know what it is. And he was one of the ones that kept that away from me because he knows what it did to him. But as a young man, like I said, packing bags in the grocery store on Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays, packing bags after we get out of school. That was a little bit of change, but it wasn't really no change. When we had the blizzards in New York, y'all know the snow used to come up to our waist. So that was one of our most lucrative hustles. My uncle ran the motherfucking hardware store. So I told you from when I was a kid, I knew I was going to be a boss because I used to go up to my uncle and tell him, yo, I need like about 8 of them shovels. About 8 of them shovels. I ain't trying to buy them. I'm trying to rent them. Because we got about 15, 16 houses. And it's about 7 or 8 of us. And that's $50 a motherfucking house. And I need all that bread. Because my hustling intuition was always in my heart. See, I knew dudes, the parents, unfortunately, was or had fell to the addictions of the street, whether it's alcoholism, mental illness, crack, heroin, PCP, angel dust. That was the shit. 666, I see you in the building. Miss L'Oreal said, always downplaying our men. Shaking my head, they need to cut that out. But you know what, Miss L'Oreal? That's why this is Diary of a Mad Black Man. Something that's affected in my life right now to this very moment made me go back and think about how did I become the person that I am today. They used to give us the free salt too. She said, you remember when sanitation used to pay us to shovel back in the days? And they gave us free salt. Miss Pam, Nile River, the godmother's over here. City Boy Floyd, I see you in the building. I see y'all popping up for part 2. Because this is it. This is it. I see the numbers is jumping. Make sure y'all share this live. This the one, ladies, you need to let your son see. Oh, y'all don't want to hear that. Ladies, if you have any sons, this 3-part documentary, you need to let your son see. Even if you got young sons, you need to watch this because I told you in part 1 where it started from. Where it started from. Dude takes a game from me in my class in public school. I'm in the 5th grade. Bully takes my game from me. I asked him for it back. I was more afraid what was going to happen when I got home because my mother was one of the mothers that told me, do not be taking stuff to that damn school. Enjoy your things at home. This is where the seed was planted of anger and heartbreak in my heart. It didn't start with no women. It started with the educational system in Brooklyn. I'm talking about the educational system, PS 167. My heartache started there. Because I knew one thing. Check this out. If I don't get this motherfucking game back from this dude, my mom's is going to kill me. Huh, Miss Pam? Huh, Annette? She said, because I broke the cycle with my son. See, your sons are supposed to be scared to death of you, ladies. I'm going to say it again because maybe one of y'all don't want to hear me. Your sons are supposed to be scared to death of you, ladies. Because it's a respect thing. It's a respect. It's a combination of things. Respect, fear. But like I said, when I decided to defend myself and get my game back, I was suspended. I was the one that was given a district suspense. I was the one that had to be taken to District 17 in Flatbush for them to determine what they was going to do with me. Because all I wanted was my game back. That's it. I didn't want no problems. I just wanted my game back. But the dude, he was kind of a bully. So what I did is, like I told you, back in the days when they used to line us up in public school, they used to always put us in couples. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And I strategically made sure I stood behind him. When we was coming down the stairs, y'all, I'd never forget it. I see it like it's right now. When he went to take that last step and turn around, I choked him, threw him right in the sleeper hole. Back then, as a child watching wrestling, I'm not understanding that when you put someone to sleep, you're supposed to hold them under the chin to cut off the circulation of the air. I was choking him on his larynx. On his larynx. The ladies of Eye Talk, I see you in the building. The Russian Princess is here. Shout out to you and Bori. Y'all got some fire motherfucking merchandise. I ain't on Instagram or nothing like that no more, but I want a hoodie and I want a motherfucking hat. I mean, y'all go subscribe. She got her link. She could drop it. Shout out to Angie, baby. I hope she pull up in the building. Miss Annette said a lot of these kids nowadays are missing love and guidance, and they just want to be heard. That was powerful right there. But like I said, when I decided to do what I had to do to take my game back from this guy, I was choking his larynx. Net Stars, peace to the guard. Team Guardian is in here. Chief Red Hair said, Big Dice turned into the video game hitman. Laugh out loud. But I'm telling you, it wasn't even that. I did that, y'all, because I was terrified. Yo, I know a lot of people didn't understand it at first. And I had some content creators like, you think he's smart? No, I know I'm smart. I know I'm intelligent. It's not something I think. This ain't something I think. You foolish pleasures. Are you insane? You know who this is right here? Do you know who this beautiful woman is? This is my mother, man. Sharon McLeod Young. You heard me? Do you know who these people here are? My grandparents, Fred McLeod and Edna McLeod. So I had no motherfucking choice but to be intelligent. See, my mother, I don't know if y'all remember from watching me from when I first started on YouTube, this is what my mother did. Christmas, my birthday, 4th of July. My moms would buy me dictionaries. Thank you, Russian Princess. My mother bought me dictionaries. I used to get so mad about it. If you listen to my first live, I'm like, why the fuck this woman keep buying me dictionaries? My mother said because there's 181 dictionaries in the world at that time. Bridget, I appreciate you for popping up. Where you been, girl? And I appreciate your membership also. My mother said it's over 181 dictionaries. She said, I don't want you walking around not knowing what you need to know. I would ask my mother certain things. Like when I was a little boy, y'all, before I was 12 years old, I used to love chitlins. Tell y'all a funny story. I used to love chitlins. Chitlins with hot sauce, potato salad, and collard greens. One day, my mom's goes to Myrtle Avenue Meat Market and gets 2 big buckets of chicken. Chitlins. She said, I've been working, Big Dice, but I'm here. Laugh out loud, holding up a finger to grab a seat. I appreciate you. Shout of chitlins, put them in the shopping cart. I never forget this day. And I said, Ma, why y'all call these chitlins, but on the buckets, they say large bucket of pig intestine. I said, yo, Ma, what's the intestine? She said, well, you know, I told you about this. I don't be answering certain questions. That's what the dictionary is for. So while we in the meat market, I am so eager to know what intestines is. I'm ready to get home. We come out the meat market, we jump in my pop's car, we go home. My mom's telling me to help her with the bags. I'm running upstairs to get a dictionary. When I found out that intestines mean the stomach, and it said pig intestines, I never ate them shits again.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, there was a nigga that was tougher than he still told. Like, What I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch baby, careful with this. I mean this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside, I'm like high from who? Bout to put your car on skates, you think you slide through. I help build my niggas, this ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means, I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas, I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from, what y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
Like I said, the first seed of anger was placed into me because I was suspended. And they sent me from one of the best schools in Brooklyn to PS 191 on Park Place between Buffalo and Ralph, one of the most dangerous public schools in Brooklyn. Now, see, I'm not going to get into the whole part of Diary of a Madman Part 1. If y'all missed it, go ahead back and see it. But I'm going to give you this part right here. For you to go from a school that was in the music, CPR, jump rope for heart, spelling tests, plays, to a school that was kids in public school that already knowing what it was to be incarcerated, to be taken away from their parents, already been to places like Spofford, juvenile detentions, already been to group homes, already been to military schools because of their prior behavior. So me, my mother worked for Saks Fifth Avenue. My pops, before he fell victim to the addiction of crack cocaine, he worked at the Veterans Administration. My grandmother, registered nurse, Kings County. My grandfather, elevator operator, Kings County. They both retired. FTC Vice, I see you in the building. I just hit him and called him, y'all, on the prayer. I said, wake your ass up, nigga. We live, baby. Miss Pam up here with her greedy self talking about, don't forget the cornbread, Dice. You know them that cornbread go right with them chitlins. But like I said, what happened to me in public school 191 was a total. That was the worst school. I should have never even have been exposed to that. I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. They taught me how to be deceitful. They taught me how to steal. They taught me how to impose fear. Things that I never knew nothing about. This is 5th grade, y'all. There was people in my school in 5th grade that were veterans. This is where I found out how to steal dogs. This is where I found out how to fly pigeons. This is why I'm scared of heights, because I fell through a roof. We used to get pigeons and put them in abandoned buildings with our pit bulls. We used to put the pit bulls on the floor, let them run around. So if anybody come up trying to take the birds, they're going to get bit. But we'll put the bird on top of the roof. Old school Brooklyn shit. If y'all know, y'all know. But these was abandoned buildings, and I stepped on a weak beam. Fell straight through it, scared me to death. Chilling with love, the sisters in the building. Appreciate you for pulling up. If y'all ain't subscribed, she got her link. So, yo, those of y'all that missed part 1, go check it out so y'all understand part 2. Like I said, the reason why I ended part 1 with y'all might end up with a man like me, I wanted the people to be in suspense. What is he talking about? Is he a bad person? Is he a good person? Why would he say that about himself? Because now I'm going to tell you. After being taken out of a school that I love and kicked out of a school that I love for defending myself and put in a school that was literally savagery, I turned into something dangerous. A scary, dangerous child. Y'all heard me correctly. A scary, dangerous child. Everybody out here knows a scary motherfucker will kill you. Scary motherfucker will kill you. So when I say, fellas, a man like me, ladies, when I say a man like me, what I mean is a man like me is I'm still healing. To this day, I'm still healing. Because the lore of the game back then, it started with me, like I said, with shoveling snow, packing bags. Shoveling snow, packing bags. But then I started seeing niggas with 2-fingered rings on. I started seeing niggas with cable rope chains. I started seeing niggas with Adidas suits. I started seeing niggas with Adidas. I started seeing niggas with nameplates. I started seeing niggas with gazelles. I started seeing niggas with Yves Saint Laurent frames. I started seeing the elephant skin gooses, the Sherlins, the lambskins, the Quarterfields, the Wranglers, the Levi's, the suede fronts, the nylon BVDs, all colors, white, brown, green, blue, red, yellow. What came along with that was the allure to the game. See, the game is a host of things. Motherfuckers are selling drugs. People are killing. They're hired contract killers. They got people that's into prostitution, men and women. They got people that's selling fake jewelry, calling slumming. I'm from that era, where you can go up to certain spots in Manhattan and buy fake jewelry, fake chains, fake 2-finger rings that I'm going to tell you about. And all you have to do is put a little toothpaste on it and get you a little slum rag. See, when you bought some slum jewelry back in the days, when you went to Delancey and Canal Street, the slum jewelry even had a stamp on it. 050, salute. Big China Brim is in the building. The honcho is here. I see you, nigga, and I cut my shit, and you growing your shit. I ain't gonna front though, son. I ain't gonna front. China growing in the bed. That shit look fire. I ain't gonna front grown man shit. That's all I can do, y'all. That's all I can do, bro. This part 2 of a diary, Mad Blackman. Yo, China, I'm doing this for the people like us. And for the people that's coming up behind us now. For the men that might be like us. Yo, you know what I learned, man? That allure of the game, that game fucked us. I wish I never sold a drug in my life. On my mother's life, I wish I never sold a drug in my life. I wish I never was introduced to a gun. Shit, I wish I was never on a run for some pussy. Excuse my language. Because that's all it was back in the day. See, when we was coming up, you seen the killers with the nice cars. Rest in peace, Johnny Greenlee, with the cleanest Mark 7s I ever seen in my life. Rest in peace to Dobbs, with the cleanest Benzes I ever seen in my life. Rest in peace to Big Trav, cleanest BMW I ever seen in my life. Rest in peace to Stud, cleanest Hummer I ever seen in my life. The list goes on and on, but if you pay attention to what I just said, rest in peace to all them names. Ain't that some shit? China said, I'm back tomorrow. I have my YouTube vacation. We need one every now and then. And that stars, man, you got your wrench. You family over here, man. Drop your link and let these people see what you're doing. I seen that the other night, bro. I caught the replay. Sour puss. I'm eating sour puss. Well, anyway, back to what I'm saying. You see what British said? All those names rest in peace. And all of them were murdered. Except Johnny Greenlee. Rest in peace. That's the only one that had a natural death. Rest in peace to Mr. Tucker. Rest in peace to Mr. Marv. God damn. Rest in peace to Murph. Shout out to Marty. Shout out to Russell. Shout out to Fred McIntosh. Shout out to Daryl. The things I used to see these gentlemen do, pull out wads of money. I'm talking about, y'all remember back in the days wads of money. Wads of money. The women that I seen around these gangsters, beautiful. See, as a little boy, this is the shit I'm looking at like, damn. This nigga's well respected in the hood. These gentlemen are well respected in the hood. They're known to be murderers. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all, yo. This is real. Y'all said y'all wanted work. I'm going to give y'all some work. I grew up admiring and wanting to emulate murderers, drug dealers, car thieves, hustlers. Nothing that I should have ever been exposed to. I had all the gangsters telling me, what are you doing? Your mother and your pops got a great job. Your grandmother and your grandfather got great jobs. They own property. What the fuck are you doing, Damon? I ain't even like my name. Now I love my name because it's French. It's spelled D-A-M-O-N. But my mother was so bougie. My name is D-A-M-O-N, but it's a hyphen over my A. My A. I think about how I used to watch men. I'm talking about men handle situations. Some resorted to violence. Some resorted to handshakes and understood that it wasn't worth it. I grew up watching men cheat on their women. As a little boy, I grew up thinking it was normal for a man to have a woman and another woman. See, I used to hear the old timers say, well, you know, you got to keep your extra one just in case one of them get on your nerves, boy. See, they don't understand what they was trying to tell us. We was paying attention to, y'all. What they was trying to tell us, y'all, a lot of us was paying attention to. See, I was even more intrigued when the police, I done seen the police drop their head to certain niggas I named. I got West Indian friends that when the police used to come through the block, they used to shoot at them. Sheep, I see you in the building. It's for you, baby. Shout out to Sheep Stay Sleep, man. And the visionaries over there, all of them in the Chizat. I watched West Indian dudes shoot at police, and the police was so terrified they wouldn't come back. See, that movie Marked for Death. See, a lot of y'all looked at that and just laughed because Steven Seagal, quote unquote, was this strong Sicilian man that went and destroyed a Jamaican enterprise. That's bullshit. I really know Barry. He just did 32 years. And they deported him back to Jamaica. I really knew Mikey Dread. I really knew Baba. I really knew Bonati. I really knew Super. I really knew Lucky Dawn. I really knew Crichton. I really knew Courtney Melody. I really knew Courtney Brown. I knew Babyface, the Jamaican record player. But y'all call him Lionheart now. He's not even from Jamaica. He's from Trinidad. Before Tony Mataron wanted to be the selector of King Addies. I'm talking about Donnie Bloodclot Dread. I'm talking about the Luckies. I'm talking about the Fluffies. I'm talking about the Miss Debbies. I'm talking about the Bad Gal Murners them. That's the shit that allured me, man. That's the shit that fucked me up, y'all. And it fucked a bunch of y'all up too, man. Coming outside asking my uncle, let me hold some money. That nigga pulling out thousands, throwing $20 bills at me. Get away from me, duty picker. If I ever catch you doing this shit, you know I'm gonna kill you, right? Ever catch you out here selling these drugs, I'm gonna fucking murder you, nigga. You're going to be better than me. But then Heron hit him. All that shit went right out the motherfucking drain when he went from the kingpin to a fiend. My uncle was making $60,000, $70,000 a day to asking me to borrow $20. To asking my grandmother, Mommy, can I hold some money? You know I'm sick. From him manipulating my mother because my grandmother passed away. And when my grandmother passed away, he was what you call a fiend. So what my mother do? She set it up that he got 2 checks a month. See, on the 1st and the 15th up top is when you get them checks from welfare back in the days. This is before direct deposit. But since my mother was the landlord of the building, see, these checks used to come in 2 name party checks, Sharon McLeod, LaVon McLeod. So neither one of them could cash the checks without the other one there. My uncle was one of my favorite superheroes. Until I found out my mother, the checks that they was paying her to help her pay bills, she was cashing them and giving them to him. I watched him destroy my mother because of things that he went through when he was young and a child with my grandmother. But see, my mother wasn't on it like that. She said, whatever you want, I'll give you, LaVon. Until I told him one day, the next day I find out you asked my mother for moms for anything, I'm going to kill you. Broke my heart to tell my uncle this. The next time I hear that you ask my mother for anything, I'm going to murder you, yo. Because I wasn't talking to the man that I idolized growing up as a kid. I'm talking to a fiend that's manipulating the fact that my grandmother passed away and he's preying on my mom's heart. See, this is the shit I grew up going through. Artists, I see you in the building. This the one, Art. There's somebody in here that I'm telling your story. I'm telling you this. There's somebody in here besides myself, and I'm telling your story. See, because when we was coming up, watching them gangsters in the street, we wanted the girls with the Levi's on, the Guess jeans, the 5411s. Wasn't that right, Miss Annette? It was $49.99, $49.99 on the tax, with the 49 on the 99 with the tax and the 7% on the dollar. The 8 cents, what? And they came out the 5411 with tax. See, a lot of niggas don't even know why they was called 5411s. They was called 5411s because they was $49.99 plus tax. Huh? Huh? You want to hear something funny? I wouldn't change a thing. City Bama. You see what my man Sheep Stay Sleep said? Rich used to look up to his Uncle Ice. That's why that story paid in full. Fuck with me, boy. Y'all think I'm joking. May the devil fuck my moms right now if I'm lying anything I say. I really had to grab my uncle up and try to throw him down the stairs. The same way Rich had to grab up his uncle and throw his ass out his mom's crib. Tell him you better not never come back here no more. I done that. OG, walaikum salam. Peace, brother. Make sure y'all get over there to Bobby Johnson too, man. If you know how to drop your link now, Bobby, let me know. If not, FTC, y'all make sure y'all drop my man's link. And Sheep, make sure y'all put y'all links up in here, man. Top G, I see you in the building. Salute. See, we talking about the allure of the game. I had friends that was more with the spaz. A1 the boss, I see you. I had the friends that was with the spaz. Like, You know, they knew how to talk to the ladies. Hey, baby, you know, what's up, baby? Bing, 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 bang, bang, bang. But they also had the Suge Knight starter kits, the jewelry chain, the 2-finger rings, the bangle bracelet, you know, the gazelles, the gold tooth. I was one of the most nerdiest children ever. I used to be scared to death of girls. Terrified. Chicks used to like me, I used to run. Chicks used to like me, I used to run. I was scared. You see, I had some friends that was raised and exposed to a lot of things. See, I got homegirls that knew about sex because they were sexually assaulted by brothers, uncles, and fathers. This is the shit I'm from. I got homeboys that was sexually assaulted by uncles and fathers and stepfathers. Huh? Y'all don't want to hear the truth about the majority of the men that's in prison that was sexually assaulted. That's another story we can go into. That were sexually assaulted and they still are grown-ups, but because they were violated as a child, they can't get over that hump. So when things don't go their way, they go back to that child. That's why a lot of dudes hate their mother. Huh? I got friends that their mothers sold them for crack, male and female. I think a lot of these niggas in jail be talking about, man, my mom's better hurry up and send my motherfucking money up here. That stupid bitch know I need that. What you mean? Because it's a lot of secrets. Dirty Bronx native, salute. Because it's a lot of secrets, y'all. What man want to tell you he was sexually assaulted? It's hard for a woman to talk about it. What gangster? What nigga you know that busts his gun, run around selling crack, supposed to be a murderer, getting bread, feared in the fucking streets, but was sexually assaulted? Who the fuck y'all know that want to come and say, you know what, somebody touched me. Somebody abused me as a child, and my mother knew about it. That's why I know God blessed me and God loved me, because the family he gave me to, what? You can't tell me my God don't love me. Because this is what pushed the kids in the street. They didn't want to be home. See, I was always home. I never wanted to be in the street until I wanted to be around my friends that did not have the same upbringing as me. I'm talking about, I know people that don't know what cranberry sauce is. I know people that never known what it is to sit down with their family Christmas morning or Thanksgiving Day and eat a meal. I got friends that grew up going to the Chinese restaurant on Thanksgiving. If anybody else in here know what I'm talking about, put the dice cubes in. I know niggas that they ain't have no mothers that was cooking because their moms was in the street. They ain't have no grandmothers to run to because their mothers or their fathers done stressed their grandmothers to their death. Huh, she? Huh, she? You say you know somebody like that, huh, F? Mr. Net says she knows somebody like that. OG Bobby said, peace to the guard. He said, I had some rough times. Facts. I'm talking about allure to the game. See, but what came with the game was women. First woman I thought I loved. First woman I thought I loved, I met her in a hoogie party. I never forget. Her name was Peaches. She was from Franklin and Lincoln. I met her at a tattoo hookie party. Fell in love with her. Talked to her over the phone for about 3 or 4 days. Y'all remember that back in the days, y'all, talking to him over the phone. I'm naive. I don't know nothing about nothing. I ain't never seen a nipple except in a magazine. I don't even know what the shape of a vagina looks like. Huh, she? Dangerous block right there. Shout out to my FA niggas, man. Shout out to the whole Franklin Avenue. And she broke my heart. And she broke my heart. Because I thought I was in love with her, but she was in love with somebody in the street. Like Sheepstead say, I pops up on a block one day. Never forget it. I felt like Raheem in New Jack City when he seen his baby mother getting in the car with special ed. Huh, Sheep? I'm on Franklin and Lincoln. And I see her sitting on the hood of a dude driving a Honda Prelude. As I start walking up to try to get to her, she's getting to the motherfucking driver's side, getting in the door. I start screaming like a sucker. Yo, Peaches! I thought that was my girl. Peaches got in that motherfucking car and said, "Call me later, Dice." I'll never forget, I still remember the car driving past me. She broke my heart. Did she ever call me after that? No. You know why? She used me to get her boyfriend back on her body because he was in the streets doing his thing, getting money. I'm still asking my motherfucking moms for money to go to the movies. This nigga got crack blocks. Because you know the younger chicks like the older dudes back in the days. Oh, man, if I'm talking, I want to see dice cubes and hearts from the ladies. I want to see dice cubes from the fellas and hearts from the ladies. If I'm talking, if anybody in here understand what I'm saying, I need to see dice cubes and hearts. Because I told you, this is the allure of the game. Because there's so many aspects to the game. You gotta have a strong trophy on your arm. You gotta be feared. You gotta be respected. And you gotta be known. You better get some motherfucking money. That pushed me away from the whole aspect of even opening up, telling somebody I cared about them. Chief said, yo, don't feel bad, Dice. I thought I was in love with a girl I met at work about 4 years ago. She ghosted me, and she was West Indian from Guyana. Damn. Nestor said, facts. That shit broke my heart. Like, I really cried. Like, listen to this, y'all. I could talk about it. I'm in touch with my feelings. I cried. For a woman I've never kissed. For a woman I've never even was with. I just talked to her on the phone here and there. Then I met somebody. We're going to call her the Halle Berry of Brooklyn. When I wasn't even looking for her, I met her. I'm a baby, y'all. 16 years old. We're going to call her the Halle Berry of Brooklyn because that's exactly who she looked like. These is facts. They used to call her the Halle Berry of Brooklyn. First time I ever been around a female that had a child. I still remember the day I met her. I was so excited to see someone like that appreciating me. I wasn't even who I was yet. I'm just trying to get to it. Me and this woman talked for years, talked for hours on the phone. Hours. When she told me she had a son, at first, I was kind of fretful of even dealing with her because I'm like, damn, she young, because she was 15. And I'm like, she got a son. But then I thought about what my pops did for me. I'm not talking about my biological father. I'm talking about the man that loved my mother and married her, was with her since she was 9 months pregnant, Ronald Young. I started thinking about my pops wasn't there, but another man stood up and loved me like I came out of his loins. Ladies, you would never believe that what your sons go through, they grow up thinking they have to be. So just because another man that wasn't my biological father chose my mother knowing that she had me, at that moment, I said to myself, this young lady needs me. How dare I act like I'm not interested in her because she has a child? Someone loved me that didn't create me. See, when I met this young lady, she had already had an exposure to the street. She was well known. She was popular. She wasn't the one to play with. But little old me, I wasn't like that. I was literally like a virgin, believe it or not. I wasn't a virgin when I met her, but I literally was a virgin. Literally was like a virgin. And she was so beautiful, and people from all over wanted to be with her. I don't know if it was because of the things that she went through with her baby father or some of the things that happened in her life had her such a defense, but it was times when I couldn't even find her. I don't know if you fellas ever went through something like this. Just imagine being 16 years old, thinking the person that you with is the love of your life. But when she sees other things that may be more interesting than me at that particular time, because pay attention, I was getting into the street because of the allure of the game, but she knew niggas that was already in the street. So like they always say, the nice guys finish last. You always hear that? The nice guys finish last. But one thing I will say about this woman, when she would go through certain situations where I would not see her, she always came back. And she would come back and say things like, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking. I miss you. I love you. That's all I had to hear back then. 16 years old, call me Gullible George. You miss me and you love me? Miss L'Oreal, you hit that right out the park. I'm talking about this is Grand Slam. She said, let's just say she was ahead of your time. That was the excellent phrase for it. But me and her together turned into 1 year, that turned into 2 years, that turned into 3 years. So now I'm 19. I'm outside now. I got a little name for myself now. See, I'm thinking, because I'm buying, allegedly, narcotics, I can get a fresh pair of motherfucking sneakers every week. I got knots of money in my pocket. I'm no longer needing my mom's. The Chinese restaurant is right across the street from my house on Utica and Prospect. Now I'm thinking I'm Frank Sinatra. And over the years with me and Halle Berry, let's just say the trust dwindled off on both sides. The trust dwindled off on both sides because it was times when she was away. And it was only one time. Let's make that be fair. It was one time she was away. I'll never forget it. For months, calling her friends, seeing them in the street because her best friend used to stay around the corner from me. I used to be like, yo, what up with Halle Berry, man? She used to be like, Damon, I'll tell her you asked about her. And then I happened to meet somebody. Now, the person that I met, she was from the neighborhood too. She was from Eastern Parkway. I knew her from playing cards, playing spades in the park, playing handball in the park. And then one day we just had a conversation. She was like, I always liked you. I was like, damn, I always liked you. And the rest was history. But when Halle Berry came back, it was different this time. When she came around, the excited, happy to see person I used to be, that wasn't him. Because of the pain that was on my heart because of her, it was fucked up that it's like, I don't know if anybody ever been through this. It's like you ever wanted to hug somebody and show them how much you miss them and how much you love them, but they did you so wrong, you can't. And it's not that you can't because you physically can't do it. The fear of the vulnerability within your heart opening up to the maximus that puts you back at the point of heartache, you're rather going to defense. See, this is what the game showed us. See, the streets told us bitches wasn't shit. That was the saying back in the days. The streets told the women, fuck that girl. If he ain't got no money, don't fuck with him. He going to jail, so don't put your heart into him. He going to jail, don't put your heart into him. See, the bad chicks back in the days always had homegirls that had a bunch of friends. Now, them homegirls and them bunch of friends, homegirls, they always had dudes that was known to be thorough because we are all part of the same lifestyle, the hustling, the fast cars, the jury, the clubs, the basement parties, fighting the police, the incarcerations. This was we was taught was the normal. Like, the sad part is I had the best description of what a household was supposed to be right in front of my eyes. I had a father that went to work. I had a mother that went to work. They had their little problems, but I had a grandmother and grandfather downstairs on the second floor that was the epitome of what a relationship was supposed to be, ups and downs and all that. But when it came to teamwork with these two, I can't even explain the love that these two people right here had for each other. I can't even put this shit into words. I can't even put the shit into words, y'all. Like this man right here loved this woman beyond life. If y'all don't remember the story I told you, when she left him for a couple of weeks and went to my Uncle Thomas' house, and I got her to come back home because of banana pudding, and my grandfather took me to buy a pair of shoes for me because he told me he'd give me whatever I wanted if I got his wife back home. He said whatever I wanted, but it was a pair of Bally's, y'all. Shits came out to be damn near $170. My grandfather got the sucking his teeth in the store. I ain't got no $170 pair of sneakers. I ain't gonna be paying. And he just caught himself. He just caught himself, y'all. Gave me $200 bills and went out to the truck. So when I went out to the truck, I went to a place called Katz on 93rd and Rutland. When I came outside to the truck, I went to give him the $30. His change. My grandfather was sitting out there drinking Seagram's gin with white grapefruit juice. He kept a half a gallon of that naughty head behind his truck. I said, Pop, you mad at me because I spent $170? He just started laughing. He said, Joe, I'd have did that 1,000,000 times to get your grandmother back in the house. Yo, let's work.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that share. Tell a friend and tell a friend, man. It's the only place we can win, y'all. See, that love between my grandmother and grandfather. I can't make this shit up. My grandmother and grandfather appreciated each other so much. They bought beach chairs. Yo, if I'm lying, then my mother fall out of heaven. Huh? They bought beach chairs to sit in front of their house. Now check this out, y'all. Y'all may think I'm joking, but I'm telling you I'm not. Like I said, my grandmother and grandfather bought beach chairs to sit in front of 170 Utica Avenue between Park and Prospect. See, when I was little, I used to be like, yo, these people is fucking crazy. I said, these people is crazy. My grandparents done went crazy. But yo, my grandfather told me some of the deepest shit. He said, yo, you know why me and your grandmother used to sit in front of that house like that? I said, why? He said, because it was ours. See, the conversations I had with my grandfather before he passed away, whew, I remember them shits. He said, boy, do you know what it was for a black man in the 40s and 50s to buy property that's real estate, prime real estate. See, I didn't understand what he was saying to me because I was naive, because I'm worrying about the street. I want to sell crack. I want the chick with the fat ass. I want the Benz. I don't want to be getting up in the morning at 4:30 like you, Pop. I don't be wanting to come home from work and be so tired. When I take a shower, if I'm watching TV at 7 o'clock, I might fall asleep like I'm doing right now. I don't want to do that bullshit. That's for suckers, Pop. But I didn't pay attention. My grandfather had a 3-family house with a finished basement, enclosed backyard, beauty salon, right in front of the bus stop. If anybody go to Brooklyn right now, if you go on Utica between Park and Prospect, the B46 bus going towards Kings Plaza is directly lined up with my door when I walk outside. See, when the police used to raid them blocks and take that money, when the police used to just come through the block and use their nightsticks to beat up people's windows and stab out tires and spray paint luxurious cars, the police did that because they knew that the drug dealers ain't gonna go report to the precinct that their car that they bought with illegal drug money was just vandalized by the cops. Did that go over your head? Now, say, for instance, my grandmother and grandfather is sitting outside and the police just come one day and decide they want to bust out the windows in my grandfather's sedan DeVille. They want to bust the windows out of my grandfather's Suburban. You heard that. My grandfather had an 89 motherfucking sedan DeVille Cadillac. Champagne with burgundy guts. And the nigga used to keep a CB in that shit. See, what everybody calls today. See, I didn't know how live these people was because I was too attracted to the street. You see, now we got cell phones and shit like that. Back in the days, if you was really somebody, you had a motherfucking CB in your car. Breaker 19, breaker 19. We got Big Tiny on 95. You see Smokey out there. Anybody see Smokey out there? Come back. I remember like yesterday, breaker 19. Big Tiny coming through 95 right now. Anybody seeing Smokey out there? Then you would have other people like truckers and people that had CBs going. It's clear, Tiny. This is Timmy Tim 10. I'm right behind you, baby. Don't worry about it. It's clear going all the way 95 down, going in. I remember these things. I remember these things. I said to myself, prime real estate? What the fuck is prime real estate? But if the police would have bust my grandmother in them cars, they had the right to go down to the precinct and file a report. You know why? Because they was hard-working, law-abiding, tax-paying home owners. See, first of all, if you go down to the precinct and say somebody just beat up your Mercedes-Benz or vandalized your Mercedes-Benz, where you work at? So you got a $40,000 car, but you ain't got a job, huh? As opposed to a person that has a job, and they say, well, they vandalized your Mercedes-Benz. What do you do for that income? I'm a nurse. I'm a teacher. I'm a construction worker. How long you been doing this? For years. For years. Do you have any proof of income? Yeah. My tax statements. Drug dealer can't do that. Like I said, I had the greatest description of the epitome of what life was about with these two people right here, but I ignored it. If you look at this picture right here, this is my grandmother and grandfather. They're in Harlem. This is a picture that was taken of them in the famous Cotton Club. Duke Ellington they was going to see that night. Duke Ellington in Harlem. You see, if you pay attention to the attire, my grandfather got on a suit. My grandmother has on an evening dress. My grandmother got pearls. She has diamond earrings on. She even have lipstick. You know why? Because that's how adults dressed back in the days. See, the proudness in black people back then, I don't know where that pride went. Back in the days, it was mandatory that a man had a belt on. Now, there are people walking around with their pants hanging down past their buttocks. Back in the days, it was mandatory when an adult spoke to you. The way that you responded was yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. As opposed to what you say. Or they ask you a question and you just answer the question. Or if they ask you something that you don't hear, you didn't have the right to go. What you just said, you had to say, pardon me, ma'am. Pardon me, sir. So you had to say these things because it was more neighborly back in the days. Because if you pay attention, it was all the allure. If you pay attention to the places like Chicago, if you pay attention to the places like Los Angeles, and if you pay attention to the places like New York City, got my brother from another mother, Paco Jesus in the building. Salute, boy. I told you I was working tonight, Pop. I hope wifey around right now, Pop. This three-part series I'm doing, ladies, this is going to help y'all understand some of the men y'all chose. That's why I ended part one with, you might end up with a man like me, because I'm honorable. And I love hard. And that honor and that love, see, it's sad that a lot of people don't know what my grandmother and grandfather did when they sat out there just enjoying themselves. They sat right in front of the building, just watch people walk by, holding each other's hands. You hear what I said? People walking up, hey, Miss McLeod, hey, Mr. McLeod. My grandfather telling people, yo, go to the store and get me a loose leaf, boy. Bring my wife back a bag of crunchy cheese doodles. Make sure it ain't a bunch of air in the bag, boy. He go in his pocket. And my gangsters, my friends, they like, what you talking about, Mr. McLeod? They walking off. We'll be right back. See, instead of me paying attention to the definition of how we're supposed to live, I looked at the wrong definition. I told you in the crossroads, you're supposed to go left or right. When you're in a crossroad, when you come to the crossroad, it's a fork. You're supposed to go left or right. Left is for the worst. Right is supposed to be for the best. Some like myself, I just chose to walk straight. And that's why I'm being punished to this second right now. Because instead of totally walking to the left, just on an evil spirit, like these young boys say today, on demon time, that never was my heart. Instead of walking to the right, straight up and honorable, going to work every day. Who knows where I would be right now if I'd have took my intelligence to the workplace instead of taking what I thought was intelligence to the street. See, what I was doing in the street was survival. When you're displaying your intelligence and your worth to a company and they decide that you are a person that's supposed to be promoted or given a responsibility of running a company or a section of a company, these are the blessings that we ain't want to do because we ain't want to get up. Like I said, my grandfather getting up 4:45 in the morning, getting in the shower. My grandmother jumping right up with him, making sure he got some motherfucking breakfast every morning, making sure his coffee right. Check this out. When he get out the motherfucking shower, he throwing his boxes, he go in the kitchen. But yo, this is what teamwork is. My grandmother jump up when he get out the bed, if y'all listening to what the fuck I'm saying. When he go in the bathroom and take a shower, she shoot to the kitchen. By the time my grandfather take that shower, shave his face, brush his teeth, dry off, put on his briefs, by the time he walk back in the room, his jeans, his shirt is on the bed, his motherfucking socks is on the bed, but he ain't thinking about that right now because he know his wife, his woman, got that meal for him. He can smell it. He hear them eggs. He hear that sausage. He hear them grits. And then when my grandmother watched my grandfather sit down after she buttered his toast, fuck, y'all don't want to hear this shit. After she buttered his toast, when my grandfather sat down and got to eating that motherfucking food, that's when she went and took a shower. As I told you, she was a registered nurse at at Kings County Hospital. And look how God wanted these two to be together. They was inseparable. My grandfather, she got him a job as an elevator operator. They both retired. See, let me tell you something about this love, man. That's why it sent me so hard. To just appreciate the motherfuckers around. They sat with each other in front of the building holding doors, and I never understood what it was until I got older. My grandfather said, this is our house. You know how hard it was for a black man to even be considered the right to buy property, especially in this neighborhood in the 50s? When my grandfather moved to Utica Avenue, it was nothing but Russians and Jews. My grandfather was an honorable man to the day he passed. My grandmother was an honorable and loving woman to the day she passed. They used to sit in front of the door and just enjoy each other's presence. Sometimes they wouldn't even look at each other. The security between them, they knew that they were there. So they didn't have to, you know how nowadays in these relationships, we got to keep looking to make sure a motherfucker around are paying attention to us. See, that old love like that, they didn't have to worry about each other. That's why they came together and did things like the Susu Club. Huh? Where it was like a pyramid. Where it was like 40 or 50 people. And this person would bring in 100, 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 and every person that they brought in would bring in 100, and every person they brought in would bring in 100, and every person they brought in would bring in 100, and you got a percentage. See, these are things black people created to come the fuck up. Niggas created selling drugs. Niggas created prostitution. Not black people. Black people said they was going to go to work and be janitors. Black people said they was going to go to work and wash dishes. Black people said they'd go to work and wash bathrooms. Black people said they'd sit down and shine other people's shoes. Black people said they'd sit up and change tires. Niggas said they was going to sell cocaine. Niggas said they was going to sell heroin. Niggas said they was going to sell crack. Niggas said they was going to manipulate women and sell them because they've been through so much shit. They don't understand what they're doing is totally beneath them. Am I making any sense? It bothers me to this day because all the choices we make have repercussions. It bothers me to this day. I was just talking to the elder Zeke Black. This street shit, this allure to the game, it told us men that we were invincible. Anything that was said to us that we didn't agree with should be taken and considered as disrespect. Ain't that some shit? So if your woman look at you and say, yo, baby, I feel as though this, and you look at her and say, yo, I don't care nothing about that bullshit. I don't want to hear that. See, we thought when we said something, our word was supposed to be the last word. If any other fella in here feels like that or felt like that at one time, please put a dice cube. Because your boy here to get you right. If anybody in here, come on, fellas, may have gotten in an argument with your baby mother, may have gotten into an argument with your wife, may have gotten into an argument with your woman. And when she tried to express what was on her heart, you dismissed her. It's not important now. But when I say something to you, you better fucking listen. Ain't that some shit? Fellas, we can run around and tell our chick, yo, I'm tired of you doing this and I'm tired of you doing that. And word to mother, when you talking to me, make sure you come at me with a little more motherfucking respect. But then when they come with the rebuttal, because of what we saw in the street, because of what we emulated in the fucking street, because of what we took from the street to be disrespect, we bringing that shit in our homes now, y'all. RC, salute. Yeah, we bringing that shit in our homes now. I'm so ashamed to say I don't even know how to communicate when I'm upset. Especially when it's somebody I'm in love with. Because you know they also told us, you better not be weak. You better not tell that woman that you need her. Fuck that chick. You don't need her. All you need is your gun guard and your crack spot. All you need is to be sitting up counting motherfucking money. All you need to be is respected by the niggas in the street. All you need to be is feared by the niggas in the street. But the most important thing that we were supposed to be taught is how to appreciate and respect our women. Them streets tricked us. Streets tricked me. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't want to admit that shit. It's endless years in the street choosing a fucking career of a criminal instead of a regular fucking human being is why I can't even make right choices to this fucking second. Yo, shout out to my nigga Wade the Blackman. This is my shit right here. Let's go. Smack that like button, y'all. We about to get real, y'all. Yeah. The realest shit I ever heard from Wade the Black. Let's go.
Life is hard, y'all. I mean, for my big
Go subscribe to Wade the Black, Team Homie, y'all. Let's ride out with this one, y'all.
Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation. They say they love me, but they really hate it. Me in the streets had a conversation. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation.
Smash that like button, y'all.
They say they love me, but they really hate it.
Let's work.
Me in the streets had a conversation. I got a baller, went and found a block. God gave me a pill, Satan gave me a Glock. I met her once, she gave me the chop. Up your life, you want it or not. Being broke was the motivation. Go through all the pain and the couldn't make. I told Satan, suck a dick, I went and lost my faith in it. I was told if you want it, then go and take it. I got seeds worth the minds of me. I got enemies, in other words, ops to me. Gotta bleed. I Glock 9, a real so the nigga need. I was sitting in the bin crying on my knees. I sat down and had a drink with me. I was thinking if my mama do, she think of me.
Listen to what he
mama
said.
told me see my daddy when she look at
Listen
me.
to what he said.
Even though I love my aunt, I turned her to a fiend. My nightmares, they turn into a dream. Yeah. My money thoughts turn into a scheme. And they think their life a game. And the shooting got no aim. I popped the bean and then I left the earth. And guy had a gun, he kept it in his purse. My youngin' shot that, put him in a verse. I'm a rider, mirror tints on a black hearse. White man don't understand that being black hurts. Mama crying on the steps in front of a church. Gripping is solidified. Yeah, I see my brother die. Little wanna slide. They ready for the homicide. Lord, take the pain away. My gun sing a lullaby. Ran from parole, I had to hustle, I ain't never high. Tripping in the beacon, I was tweaking, I ain't never cried. Real multiplied, we don't never die. 100 grand flat in the streets, I had you dead. 100 round jump, big choppy, I'll be head.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tougher than he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when it kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. Hold these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Swiss baby, careful with this. I mean this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tougher than he still told.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. This is the allure of the game. Diary of a Mad Black Man, part 2. If y'all didn't see part 1, that was the seed, man. That was the beginning. This right here is the allure of the game. Part 3 is the outcome. This game that a lot of us in this motherfucking chat thought was so fucking right. I recognize it's so wrong. People fail to realize, like Way to Black just said, some white men don't even understand that being black, that shit hurt. Because we the underdogs. We looked about like jigaboos, niggers, because nigga has nothing to do with ethnicity. Nigga has something to do with mind state. Ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking color. There's Mexican niggas. There's Jewish niggas. There's Russian niggas. There's African niggas. There's Haitian niggas. Ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking ethnicity. That's some mind state. You heard? Egypt. What you eating? Come here. Come here. Good girl. Leave it. Come here. Pardon me, y'all. This dog is crazy. Let me get you a snack for you. Got yourself in trouble, man. Get you a snack for you. Go sit down. For real. Go ahead. Good girl. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all know Egypt be wanting her time too. She be finding a way to let y'all know that she's here. So shout out to Egypt, y'all. I ask myself sometimes, if I would have known then what I know now, would I have still followed the allure of the game? Yes, I would have. But if I'd have knew what I knew now about credit scores, building up credit scores, taking advantage of them first-time credit cards and stopping them up and then paying them accordingly to the fact where they're recognizing that they can entrust you with money. Things like 401ks. In the hood, they don't tell us about, you know, if you start working with certain companies, some companies is 90 days, some companies is a year. They'll start contributing and matching money that you put into a savings account. They don't tell us no shit like that in the hood. What? So you mean to tell me if I put $100 a check into this motherfucking account that they set up for me for being an employee that worked a day past a year, if I put $100 in every week, they gonna match that? So when I put in 100, it automatically turns into 200? They didn't tell us no shit like that when we was in the street. They was telling us how to get money, don't trust women, and to elude the police. It's a shame the women that, if they would let us kiss them, if we went to, you know, unbuckle a belt, or we went to open up their pants while we were kissing them. See, them women that stopped us, they would grab our hand. They would continue to kiss us because they was letting us know, yo, I'm attracted to you. Yeah, I'm cool with giving you a little hickey. I'll rear a little hickey, letting people know I fuck with you. I'll kiss you. But as far as having sexual intercourse with you, I need to know you more. We didn't like them women. We said they was nerds. They was squares. Oh, that bitch is boring. Who else in there thought that? Oh, she boring. I ain't fucking with shorty. She ain't gonna let me hit. She don't be giving up the buns. Remember that? Whoever heard that session back in the days, like, man, don't be fucking with shorty. She ain't even giving the buns up. She a dick teaser. She a dick teaser. You notice them the ones that are married happily with family, children, going out, trips, investing, doing teamwork with their spouses like my grandmother and grandfather. But them chicks that was telling us you got a condom. I ain't having no sex unless you got a condom. Remember, because we was running around back in the days with the Rough Riders in our pockets. This is before the Magnum. Remember the lambskin used to come in the little blue capsules? They was 3 for $7 from Woolworth. I might be going back a little too far. Some people weren't there. Them chicks that were saying you could have sex as long as you got a condom, them the ones that don't have no husbands. Them the ones that are bitter and blaming every man that come in their life for what their baby father did, allegedly to them. See, a lot of them chicks, see, the ones with the problems thought everybody else was the problem. See, pay attention. The women that were nerds to us because they weren't allowing us to insert our penises in them, these was the hidden treasures. These was the hidden treasures. The game and the allure of the street, like the things that are in the street, like they always tell you, you should go home where it's safe. Why they always tell us to go home where it's safe? Because you know what's in your home. If you have a weapon in your home, you have, you know, the pressure points, you know, the ins and the outs. Anybody else that hasn't been in your home, that hasn't been allowed in your home, don't even know where you live. That's one security measure right there. But pay attention. They always say go home because there ain't nothing in them streets but death, jail, misery, and pain. But this is where we wanted to be, the nightlife. The Biltmore ballrooms, the dynasties, the Kilimanjaros, the Club Biltmores, the Q clubs, the rooftops, Latin quarters, the tunnel. Beefsteak Charlie's when they was doing the Tuesday night motherfucking dinners. Demerara's on 23rd. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about, man. It's a few all though to do. That was the street. Even though you may have been inside of a club, or you might have been inside of a house party, or you might have been inside someone else's home, you wasn't in your home where it was safe. But them is the ones that magnetized us. Them are the ones that we were glued to because we felt as though because we were in the street, we were supposed to take the packages that came with it. See, the fucked up part about the street that they don't tell you is when you get ran down on, or if you get robbed, or you get shot, or if somebody calls the police on you, or you go to jail, or you get beat up by the police. See, these are things that we were accustomed to because we were in the street. That's how fucked up it is. Like, we was cool with putting our life on danger every day. Miss Miyagi, I see you. Make sure you drop the link to Miss Miyagi TV. She got another one out. She's popping. Great content, Miss Miyagi. Great content. She's brutal with it. She's brutal. But that's what YouTube needed. And shout out to Miss Miyagi. Her and China Brim did one of them skits again. China Brim decides to break up with his wife, Miss Miyagi, over bills and money. If y'all understood, I asked China and Miss Miyagi, I said, y'all need to do a channel with y'all. That's going to be fire. This nigga China need a check. No, all jokes aside, y'all. This nigga China needs a check. But let me tell you something about real love. Miss Miyagi going to be right in the room next to him. Because she crazy too. China says, so what that mean? Because we together and I'm supposed to pay you bills. I ain't give you no money when we first got together. Miss Miyagi say, yo, check this out. You done signed the contract, nigga. You locked in. Nigga, so what you mean you locked in? See, I displayed and gave y'all a description of my grandmother and grandfather. I told y'all whether y'all believe this or not. Miss Miyagi don't know this because she don't know my pops. China can attest to this. My pops and China pops is friends. China and Miss Miyagi act just like my moms and my pops for what I've seen with their interaction. My moms and my pops, oh my God. My pops, he drink that liquor. He gets saucy. This nigga walking around looking like a 4 top. He got the afro with the part right here on the side, the gabardine pants with the hook in the front, the flare shirt. This nigga get to sipping on that alcohol, he go crazy. Here go my mother. My mother get drunk. She'll get drunk off of 3 spoons of sugar and white water. She trying to be grown. She drink her malt duck. See, they ain't have them cell phones like we got now, where we can create beautiful moments with our loved ones. Damn, that's some shit right there I ain't even think about. Yo, that's some deep shit right there. Pardon me, y'all. I got other shit that I'm going through. We got gadgets now that we can pull out and create magical memories and moments that we can share with the motherfucking world now. Things that made us happy when we did it. A video journal of times in our lives where we were ecstatic and in love with each other. Matter of fact, I think everybody needs to start doing that. When you go out with your lady, when you go out with your man, start pulling out your phone and doing personal shorts. Whether you got a motherfucking YouTube channel or not. Listen, what I'm giving you some game. Start doing personal shorts. Like, look at you, you big head, monkey face, doodoo head. Fuck you, nigga. Whatever y'all gonna do, y'all keep them shits in your phone because it's gonna be times that you might get into a point in your life where the words like, well, I don't love you come up. And see, I need people to pay attention to what I'm saying. This is from a Diary of a Mad Black Man. We got to stop telling people we don't love them anymore. We got to start telling the truth and recognizing with the fact that we are so hurt. We are not in love with the character that is presenting himself or herself in front of us, because it ain't about stopping loving somebody, y'all. To the ladies out here that may have chose a man that been in the streets, might have chose a man that's been incarcerated. Shit, might have chose a man that was a cold-blooded murderer. You are the key to his sanity. Listen to what I'm saying to you, sis. This goes out to all my sisters, but shout out to China Brim and Miss Miyagi. You are the key to his sanity. See, a lot of these niggas on YouTube know of China. I know Nathaniel. So that woman right there is a blessing from God. Y'all niggas on YouTube may not like her. Some of you chicks might not like her. But as long as her and China loving each other, they gonna be all right, because we go through so many losses trying to give love. See, when we're in the streets, this is what my problem was. This is why I became so cold towards women at certain points in my life. Not because, quote unquote, I was mean, but how come when Damon said, "Joe, can I get your number? I like you." Yo, who is this nigga? But then say 18 months later and you see the Lex or you see the Benz or you hear about Damon is Dice. That's that nigga from Utica Avenue. Bitch, why you ain't tell me that? Now you want to come around and you want to say you're interested in me. Now, see, when I walked up on you, I didn't walk up on no Dice description. Because Dice, I don't like him. I'm going to keep it funky with you. He's one of the most honorable people around. Y'all may take that for a joke, but the nigga just gets me in trouble. Because Dice was the alter ego that was created out of fear to protect Damon. Some of you may understand, some of you may overstand. Some of y'all might not hear nothing I'm telling you right now. But it's the truth. That nigga Dice is something different. I'm going to tell you something right now. That nigga's something different. But Damon, when he come to you, how come he wasn't appreciated just for being Damon? Huh? So, ladies, when you hear about a nigga saying, "Yo, I left a chick in a hotel." Why you left a chick in a hotel? Because all she wanted was a nut. I can't treat you like a queen when the king came to you and you wrote him off. But then somebody else talk to you and say XYZ, and then what they said to you all of a sudden gave you some attraction to me? Nah, we don't play them games. I'm from Utica Avenue. That's what they told us too. Love them and leave them. Find them, fuck them. Find them, feed them, fuck them, and forgive them. Forget them, excuse me. That's what the Dreads used to say. Find them, feed them, fuck them, and forget them. The 4 F's. That's what the streets told us. The allure of the streets is why people are so afraid to be themselves. The allure of the game, everything, wanting to be solidified, wanting to be known, wanting to be popular. That shit is bullshit. It's only one thing in this world you can never catch. and that's a ghost. This is part 2 of Diary of a Mad Black Man. Another day alive, another day free. Y'all know the rest. Let's go. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Why it's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?